Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and Shalom, Wakasah, Laha Bakyar, which is peace and mercy to the elect throughout the four corners, wherever you may be. I'm the brother Amar from the branch of GMS Cleveland. Come back at you with another video. Lord willing to be edifying. Um, I'm going to hop into this lesson, man, just regarding mainly Revelation, the 18th chapter. I believe I titled it in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And brothers already know what that's going into. If you don't, you know, you better, you better know what it means. But basically, it's going into the destruction of Babylon the Great, aka America, the United States, man. So let me just pull this some information out. I typed in on Google. It says number one trading. What I put in? Yeah, number one trading goods country. All right, that's what I put in, and the answer to that, the number one trading goods country, is the United States. So I'll just read off. It says the United States is the world's second largest trading nation, behind only China, with over 7.0 trillion in exports and imports. And so it is letting you know that America America does a lot of trading. It's the second. It's the second leading country in trades between goods and services. So this article is just from countries and regions. All right, .org. It says countries and regions. When you jump down, it says the U.S. has trade relations with more than 200 countries, territories, and regional associations around the globe. It says goods exports. All right. Now it says the United States is the second largest goods exporter. Exporter meaning they ship things out. Import meaning they bring things in. So the United States is the second largest goods exporter in the world, behind only China. That says U.S. goods exports to the world tallied 2.1 trillion in 2022. It says up 17.5%. It says 307.3 billion from 2021. Canada was the largest purchaser of U.S. goods exports in 2022. It says accounting for 13.7% of total U.S. goods exports. The top five purchasers of the U.S. goods exports in 2022 were Canada, Mexico, China, Japan, and United Kingdom. All right, and you can look those. You can look that a lot more information up just regarding this. So now that we got that out the way, right? So um, we know that we know that the United States is the world's second largest trading nation. All right, and they are also the second largest exporter in the world. All right, behind only China. Just bringing out the information and reiterating it. And then the top five suppliers of the U.S. goods imports were China, Mexico, Canada, Japan, and Germany. It says. All right, I believe that I listed them all. Yeah, China, Mexico, Canada, Japan, and Germany. Yep. All right, so now that we got that out the way, I'm gonna read a little bit more in another article, just so you can understand a little bit more Revelation 18. So let me get this other article real quick. Let's see, so it says, what are the top, and this is from uh, raid risk uh, guarantee.com. I believe that's how you pronounce that. But yeah, so when you type in, it says when you look this article up, it says what are the top 10 U.S. imports. All right, it says American imports tallied 2.614 last year. It says read the list below to find out watch products made up from the top 10 U.S. imports for 2018. All right, now it says what are the major U.S. imports, and this is the top 10 list. Right, it says machinery, including computers. All right, and hardware, meaning this is what America buys. Remember, imports is what they bring in or what they buy, in order to help their economy. Exports is what they ship out. All right, so it says machinery, including computers and hardware. Electrical machinery, and that was number two. All right. So number one is machinery, computers and hardware. Number two is electrical machinery. Number three, vehicles and automobiles. All right, and I'm gonna just start listing the numbers off as well. So vehicles and automobiles tallies up to 306.7 billion. Number four is minerals, fuels, and oil. All right, and that comes in at two 241.4 billion. Pharmaceuticals. All right, and that ties into when you keep reading later on in Revelation 18 about the sorceries. All right, which Lord willing, I'm gonna get into that. So on the top 10 things that America imports, on the number five is pharmaceuticals, bro. It says 1 point, and that tied it up to them spending 116.3 billion on pharmaceuticals, man. All right. Number six is medical equipment and supplies. That tied to 93.4 billion. So number seven is furniture, lighting, and signs, 72.1 billion. Plastics, all right, 61.9 billion. So they spend 600. They spend 61.9 billion on plastics. All right. Number nine, gems and precious metals. That comes in at 60.8 billion, and then number 10 is organic chemicals, 54.6 billion. All right. And so um let me see. So the total value of U.S. imports for 2018 is up by 7.5% since 2017. America's population is 330 million people, allegedly, and the total dollar value of every U.S. import translates blah 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 blah. All right, so like I said, so I wanted to focus on this list. So now that we got that out the way, I know that was kind of long, but let me get these precepts. So now you can understand when you read in Revelation 18 why this is talking about this. So let me just start it from I'll start it from the top, man. Revelation 18 verse 1, and it says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. It says, verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, verse 2 is obviously talking about the future of Babylon the Great, aka America, and and pretty much its destiny on how and not how, but yeah, it's destruction. You know what I'm saying? The angel seen that Babylon the Great has finally fallen. You know what I'm saying that's like I said in the near future, Lord willing. All right, so keep reading, and then it says it becomes it becomes the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird, right? Because you're gonna have what those desert like creatures over there well, here in America once America finally gets destroyed, utterly destroyed, because it says it's gonna leave near the root nor branch. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that's gonna dwell here is pretty much when you read Revelation 13th chapter, and I believe not Slakia, I said Revelation, Isaiah the 13th chapter. All right, and then Isaiah the 31st chapter. When you read those two chapters, it's going to go into matter of fact, let me see, it's going to go into it. And Slakia, that was Isaiah 13 and Isaiah 34. You know what I'm saying? Slip of the tongue. So let me just get it, man. Just get it, man. Let's see, yeah, this is Isaiah 34 and 8. It says, "For it is the day." It says, "For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion." It says, "And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch, and it shall not be quenched night nor day. It says, the smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever." Now, this is going into, like I said, Babylon the Great, destruction. Eventually, this place will get destroyed. And when it says the smoke will go up forever and ever, it's just a extended period of time. All right, like however long the Lord allows that smoke to go up, but that smoke is gonna be going up for a while. Um, but anyway, it says, but the cornerment and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. Man, right? So once the Lord finally destroys this place, this place is not going to be inhabited by men. It's just going to be these animals, that these desert like animals, desert like creatures. It says, they shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. The thorns shall come up in her palaces, netters and brambles, and the fortresses thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons and a court for owls. Verse 14. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there and find for herself a place of rest. It says, there shall the great owl make her nest and lay and hatch and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate, man. So yeah, and that's what we waiting for, man. We waiting for the Lord to finally take this place out, um, because this place is wicked as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? As brothers maneuver through Babylon, you just pretty much observing wickedness all day. You surrounded by it, you can't do anything. So it's like this place ultimately it has to go. And then going back to Revelation 18, when you read down further, it's gonna say rejoice over her. You know what I'm saying? Basically going into the prophets rejoicing over the downfall and destruction of Babylon, of America. You know what I'm saying? Because it's prophetic. It's already mentioned in the scriptures the fate of Babylon the Great, man. You know what I'm saying? So going back, Revelation 18 and 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, right? Meaning they took those these nations that are in bed with America, meaning they do trade, they make these backdoor deals, you know what I'm saying? All these things, they're basically taking upon the ways and philosophies and ideologies and the way of thinking of Babylon the Great. Like when so-called Chinese people come here, all right, they take upon what the Americanized way of living. You know what I'm saying? And then too, even when these meetings, when they hold these G20 G G20 summits, you know what I'm saying, and these different political meetings, these politicians, stuff like that. What do you see these heathens outside of Esau Edom? He's the top heathen. But outside of Esau Edom, what do you see the other heathens attire and their verbiage? They're wearing suit and ties, you know what I'm saying? They got pretty much did away with their traditional attire. You know what I'm saying? And they're speaking English for the most part, man. All right. So it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and accepting a lot of Babylon the Great's, like I said, ways of thinking, man. A lot of them converting over to, the LGBT lifestyle or endorsing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much shunning the old ways, man, their old traditions. It says, the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. It says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Right. And I just read from that list, man. All right. It says the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, man. Right, because you have trade that goes on from these countries, man. International trade, and like, say for instance, if America has an abundance of resources or whatever, and whatever that is, might be steel, coal, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then this country has a abundance of resources in, lithium batteries or gold or copper or whatever. And this country needs that. The other country needs that. So they make a trade. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they became rich, man. And I just read that Babylon the Great is top importers. All right, it's was Mexico. Let me go back to that list so I don't fuck it up. Let me see. Go back to it real quick. Yeah, it says It says the United States is the second largest goods exporter in the world, behind only China. All right, so let me jump down. Let's see. Yeah, the top five purchasers of the U.S. goods exports in 2022 were Canada, Mexico, China, Japan, and the United Kingdoms. So right, these are the top purchasers of U.S. goods, man. All right, so Mexico, China, Japan, United Kingdom. See what I'm saying? Canada. These places got rich off of what, man? Buying and selling, man. All right, or trading. You know what I'm saying? Which made their countries what wealthier. You know what I'm saying? And it made the pockets of a lot of corrupt men fatter. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when it just said in Revelation 18 and 3, it says, "For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." Man, all right, right. So when America sells these goods and services, and this is in 2022, when it says the top five purchasers of U.S. goods exports in 2022 were Canada. They made 356.5 billion. Mexico made 324.3 billion. China made 150.4 billion. Japan 80.2 billion. And the United Kingdom 76.2 billion. And then it says U.S. goods exports to the European Union 27 were 350.8 billion, man. So these countries were making billions of dollars with these goods and services, man, by trading whatever resource they had in abundance, man. All right, or whatever resource that America desired, and they got top notch dollar for it, man. So that's how they whack rich through the abundance of her delicacies, man. That's what the scriptures are talking about, and this is how you link the prophecies up when you just do research and the spirit of the Lord is dealing with you. All right, so Lord willing, this is making sense to brothers. Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And I believe that's literal. I believe that's literal. You know what I'm saying? Brother can correct me. Um, it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Right? How has Babylon the great sins reached unto heaven? It reached unto heaven due to like all the corrupt and abominable things, lewd acts that are taking place here on earth. And the Lord has the angels going around seeing these things and reporting them, man. So basically, this place days are being numbered, its years are being numbered. All right. It says because when you look at the things that people do on a day-to-day basis, they're basically into Satanism. They're not serving Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, especially Esau Edom. That nigga, like scripture say, man, his he basically he cast the word of the Lord behind him in the book of Psalms. So verse 6, it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she have filled to her double, right? And that's called payback, man. Everything that these founding forefathers of Babylon the Great and the people that run this whore and are behind the scenes, the elite, so if you will, and their descendants, all right, and other heathens, they will pay for the things that they done to the apple of the Lord's eye, the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? They gotta pay. The Lord said He required that which is past, man. You know what I'm saying? You did all these people doing all this wickedness, and still to this very day, and they gonna get payback, man. The Lord is not gonna let He's not gonna let these niggas off the hook, man. Matter of fact, let me see. What's the name? What's the name? Okay, that might have been yeah, that's Habakkuk. 1 second. Damn, what the heck? Okay, here we go. Jake blind, bro. It says Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 4. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth. For the wicked doeth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. All right, that's not the one I wanted, but that's a good one. All right, the reason why all these things are happening is because of what, man? The wicked is in power, man. That's why wrong judgment proceedeth. but I wanted the one where it says it might have been in Habakkuk, man. Yeah, no, Nahum. Definitely was probably more than likely in Nahum. Um, where it says I know it's right. It's right there, man. I don't know if I can find it, but it says the Most High will not at all quit the wicked. Might have been, was it 3? Yeah, well, Jake know what I'm talking about, man. I was trying to find it real quick, man. But yeah, it says the Most High is not going to quit the wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this real quick. Nahum 3 and 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not, man." Yeah, man. This place is full of lies and robbery, man. All right, you see wickedness, like I said, day in and day out, man. And then the Lord, he spoke about how um basically all bribes and justice will be blotted out. You know what I'm saying? When you read the book of Sirach. And that's what we waiting on, man. We waiting for the Lord to finally do away with Babylon the Great, man. All right. And so let me get back into this this Revelation. I'm gonna close it out, man. So back in Revelation 18 verse 7, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. It says, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. Right. So this is pretty much the mentality of the elites that run Babylon the Great, man. Because when you look at the typical American, man, they're proud as fuck, man. They don't think nothing can happen to them. You know what I'm saying? They think America is the greatest country in the world and it has the greatest military, even though they do have pretty much the best military due to Yahweh Shemel Shah putting them in that place of power, that position of power. But nonetheless, that's gonna go out the window, man, because the Lord is gonna do away with this place and they're gonna use those other nations to shoot missiles on this place, man. All right, and that leads me to the scripture I'm about to come up to, where it says in 1 hour. All right, so when you keep reading, Revelation 18 and 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judged her. And that fire is talking about thermonuclear fire. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her. It says when they shall see the smoke of her burning, man. Right. So because you got to understand that the amount of money that that uh that that Babylon the Great buys. I mean, the amount of money that Babylon the Great spends. I mean, it's like the amount of money that these the amount of money that Babylon the Great spends to get these goods and services. That, like I said, made these countries rich, man. All right, and that's the thing, man. So when you even like I said, when you look up when it says the United States is the largest the United States is the largest uh the United States is the largest it's like it. The United States is the world's second largest trading nation, man. And then they also is the world's largest the second largest largest goods exporter in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I mean they bring in all the stuff that they're shipping out, man. All right. And then when you jump down to say imports. So the United States the United States is the largest goods importer in the world, meaning they all the stuff that they're buying. You know what I'm saying? They spend the most, and it's I was bringing it back earlier. It says the U.S. goods imports from the world tallied 3.2 trillion in 2022. So they spent 3.2 trillion dollars, and this is in 2022, to acquire these goods and services, man. That's a lot of fucking money. All right, that's a lot of fucking money, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when it says in verse 9 again, it says and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, right? Because they're gonna be mad at all the money that they losing out on. Like, you know what I'm saying? When this place get destroyed. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So this is pretty much the point of the lesson. You know what I'm saying? So when it says in 1 hour, right? When you look at that word hour, it's gonna say G5610 horror. All right, or horror. It's gonna say ORH horror. I believe the O is silent. So like your ORA, the O is silent. But anyway, it's going to say day, instant, season, short. All right, a certain definite time or season fixed by natural law and returning with the revolving year. No, that's not that they're off on that. This part right here, it says any definite time, point of time, moment, right? Yeah, so at any so when it says 1 hour, it says basically one moment, all right, or because it says basically a day or instant. You know what I'm saying? So basically, in one instant or one moment, all right, will Babylon the Great be destroyed, man? All right, it could be a literal 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? But when you go into that word, it's gonna say one. That word hour is gonna say instant or moment. You know what I'm saying? So in one moment or one instant, you know what I'm saying, Babylon the Great will be destroyed. And then when you keep on reading further, which I'm gonna, you can read that the rest of your stuff on your own. Going so jumping down to 17, for in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city, man? Right, so they was mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? And they cast dust upon their head, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, that great city wherein what it says, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her causedness. For in 1 hour she made desolate, man. Right, that one moment, that one instant. When you look at that word hour, it says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh have avenged you on her, man. So that's what we waiting for, man. We're waiting for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to take this place down, and we're gonna rejoice, man. And that's how you know the true believers are like pretty much the ones you see preaching Yahweh Shem Shah and believing on Yahweh Shem Shah and truth and sincerity, because we really want this place to end. We not cool with just being Israelites and Babylon the Great and still celebrating these holidays and all that, man, and pretty much being Americanized Israelites. We're not happy with that. We want to see wickedness completely, utterly wiped off the face of the earth, man. So hey, with that, man, I pray it was edifying. With that, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakal Kudash. Hey, double honors to the apostles, Elsgray, Millstone, Shalom.